Hi everybody, it's Cycle Camp, and I want to show you the latest in my firearms acquisitions. This one is pretty sad. It's just a little sad little rifle that was at my local gun shop, and it looked like it really needed a good home and some work, so I thought I'd bring it home. This basically, it was sold to me as a Model 38, but as we will find later on, it is actually a Model 41, 1891/1941 Carcano. The Carcano is an Italian rifle. It uses a Mannlicher style action, actually a Mauser, very much a Mauser look-alike action, with a Mannlicher type on-block clip. It holds 6 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. This particular gun is the long rifle version, but you will notice that someone has done a fairly awful job. Looks like they started to try to sporterize it, which you could do, but basically what happened was they cut it here in front of the front barrel band, and while you probably can't notice it, I'm gonna come down and show a little bit more of the firearm, because I know it's hard to see with the lighting that I have here. One of these days I'll fix that. But all right, so here's the front barrel band, and you'll notice right here, you'll notice right here there's a hole in this slot. Well, this barrel actually should come out way up to about here or so, and what this is for the barrel band spring, and this hole is where the pin inside the spring sticks up. So somewhere's out here the barrel band retaining pin spring would be here, and it would come up underneath. And as a result of that, this barrel band does not clamp tightly across these two pieces of wood. So what happens is this whole top forearm, this whole top handguard can slide. So there's nothing you can do to keep this forearm down like it's supposed to be, which is really sad. The reason that you know this is not a Model 38, first of all, it's a long gun. It does not have the grooves in the hand grooves in the main stock. Also, it has the adjustable sight, and this adjustable sight adjusts from 300 to 1,000 yards, which is correct for the 6.5 by 52. Sorry, this takes the 6.5 by 52 Carcano round. Okay, so the other nasty thing about this, it actually has, which is kind of nice, it actually has the correct barrel band that actually has 2 sling positions here. You see the one fixed here, and then it's got a floppy sling swivel in the front. So that's kind of nice, and it does have the period correct. It does have this period correct rear sight, and it also has the correct elevation markings on it. If you look here, let me see if we can get that in the picture. I may have to adjust the camera just a little bit more. Yeah, so you can see the FAT, which is the Tierney Arsenal F.E. Tierney, and 42. I believe this is the date that this was produced. This is a 1942. So it's a Model 41 that was manufactured in 1942. The other sad thing about this that you will notice is all this red stuff, and you will see it on the barrel as well. For some reason, somebody painted or spilled paint or something on this gun, and this stuff is all over the place. It's right on the edges of the receiver here. It's on the stock to a certain extent. It's pretty messed up. The barrel on this was in fairly good shape, not real horrible, and other than the trying to get the paint and stuff off it, I have already ordered a couple of on-block clips for it. So I was able to find the 6.5 by 52 millimeter on-block clips for this. This gun was, and that's why it's called an 1891/41. If it was in 7.35, then it would be just whatever model number it was. But all the guns that were originally 1891 guns, or based on the 1891 pattern, were in 6.5 by 52 Carcano. So I was able to pick up the gun for a very reasonable price because it's in pretty rough shape, and I was able to pick up some what do you call it, ammunition for it, and hopefully I'll be able to play around with it a little bit. But first thing we're going to do is strip this down and try to clean the paint off. And while we're doing that, I have been trying to find a replacement stock. So basically, to make this correct, what I need to do is I need to find a replacement main stock, which is going to go out to about here. This is correct. This top handguard actually stops right about where it is, so that's correct. But I do need to get the rest of the stock, and then I'll need to get the spring, the band spring, and then up here there will be a nose cap assembly that fits on the end of the stock, and that nose cap assembly will have the lug for the bayonet. And those three things, I think, are all I'm going to need to bring this gun back where it ought to be. It is kind of a shame because this gun has a serial number. I'm sorry, it's upside down, but I don't feel like flipping the gun over. This AK-994 or whatever the hell it is. And what's kind of nice is it actually has that same serial number on the stock. Lastly, it has this circle. You can't really see it, but this indicates that this gun was remanufactured, was brought in for service and serviced. But unfortunately, you can't read any of the markings that should be in this circle. There should be markings in this circle that say which armory did it and what time they did it. But everything else on the firearm appears to be in good shape. I have tried like crazy to get a stock for this, even a crummy one, and I have not been able to do it. The last place I'm going to try to do this is from S Sporters, but unfortunately they're on vacation for the holidays, and I'm not able to contact them to find out if they might have something. But I've already tried Sarco and Numric and Liberty Tree Collectors and a few of my other favorites. They carry the parts, but they are all out of stock. So that's not a good sign. So this will be my next project gun, and I'll be taking other pictures of this as we go along. I'm not going to go through the big disassembly and all that stuff today because it's pretty simple and you don't really need to see that. But as we get major parts for it, I will be doing some more videos on this, and hopefully I'll end it with a shooting video out at the range. So here's my latest project, and if anybody happens to know where I might be able to get a stock for a Model 41 or a 9141 Carcano long rifle, I would be happy for you to put something like that in the comments. If you actually know. Now, don't just say, what did you try here, what did you try there? If you actually know of a place that has them, go ahead and throw it in the comments. That would really be a big help. So, thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching, and have a great day.